Hi there, Cancer. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this reading finds you well. Welcome back with me again, Anisa from the Nosy. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello, and for those of you who have been here a long time, welcome back. So before I even start the reading, I want to say happy birthday to all of you, and of course, happy belated birthday to all Cancers out there who have celebrated your birthday way before I put this video. I really wish you all the best in love, life, and career. I hope that starting from this year onwards, all doors of opportunities, abundance, love, money, success, and happiness will open itself towards you so that you can enjoy a life full of good love, good life, good happiness, good person, good people, of course, and of course, good vibrational, areas of your life, okay? So how have you guys been doing lately? I'm dominant Cancer. I have 4 planets in Cancer. So this eclipse that went on, I think it was earlier this week, was crazy for me because it just hit my 12th in my first house. So I'm kind of like wondering, what are you guys up to currently? So as usual, this is going to be a relationship spread, meaning that you could always apply this with anyone in your life. You're pretty talkative. I love it. It could be with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, exes, crushes, fiance, family members, anyone. I'm basically just going to be picking up your relationship energy in general, all right? And don't forget to also check your sun, moon, or Venus sign, because for me personally, I realize that with my readings, I resonate much more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, but probably because my Venus in 7th house. I don't really know, but if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate, all right? There are so many amazing, talented tarot readers out there for you to just click and watch. So the way that I do my reading is, if you're new to my channel, is that I would do for 1 person scenario and then for 2 people scenario. So if you're only doing 1 person, the first portion of the reading is going to be the one that may or may not, apply to your relationship in general. But if you're dealing with 2 people, the first portion of the reading is going to be explaining the dynamic of the energy that is going on between you and the person that you're most focused on. And then the last portion of the reading, where I'm going to be saying that, person A and person B, I think is going to apply more, the scenario, okay? So this is like the fastest spread that I've pulled, I believe, this month, Cancer. You guys are pretty talkative about your feelings and your relationship. I love it. But anyway, let's talk. Let's talk. So your overall energy for the night, you have the 4 of chalices, you have the 4 of swords in reverse, and you also have the Knight of Swords. What's challenging this relationship, you have the 3 of swords in reverse, and you also have the Sun card. So 4 in your overall energy. Nothing speaks clearer to me than what you want right now is emotional stability. And I kind of relate this because I'm a Cancer moon, I'm a Cancer rising, Jupiter in Cancer, and they're all happening in 12th and 1st house. So emotional stability, where you feel really secure in the relationship, is very important for you. That's why people are sometimes so confused of Cancer, because does this Cancer person love me or not? Because we do protect our feelings, right? Because we want to make sure that when you guys expose yourself out there, nothing can hurt. So you want that emotional stability, something that I feel like, because with this 4 of Cups here, is something that you have not quite felt as of yet in this relationship. And it kind of pisses you off, the fact that you had the 4 of swords in reverse in here. So you try to stop thinking about this person. You try to probably get away from this person, because 4 of swords, especially in this particular deck of mine, if it were in upright position, it's like walking away with all of your thoughts. Although it's hard for you, because sometimes you'll look back at nostalgia. Sometimes you'll look back thinking like, well, will I hurt this person, or would this person kind of like do something to prove their love to me? It was a hard thing for you to do, but you felt like it was necessary because you needed that emotional stability. And it kind of like pisses you off sometimes because you want emotional stability. You want to stop thinking about that person, but you can't. So it's just kind of like keep coming back together again and again and again and again. And just be careful who you snap to, okay? Because you have this Knight of Swords in reverse in here. So you could be extra, coming to them in either a confrontational matter, or they're very combative, or you just don't want no bullshit. You just want something that is real. You just want somebody to really show you that it's safe for you to love this person, because it's been quite a toll for you. It's been quite taxing for you guys. So what is challenging this relationship? You have the Sun card, and you also have the 3 of swords in reverse. 3 of swords in reverse could indicate the hurt that was caused by a third-party situation, because this is the overall energy, so it could be vice versa. And you just don't want to be repeating the same thing. getting out of a period where it was hurtful. It could be them, it could be you, but it was something that was really, really hurtful. And then the Sun card, so it's like not centered energy. So this person in the past was the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and also the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So if you're only dealing with one person, this person feels the same way as you, which is kind of like crazy. The energy itself manifested in some ways, you know what I mean? Because this person, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, talks about a little bit of a codependency issues, and codependency issues could come up in any type of way. It could be an anxious person in a relationship, or it could be a total avoidant in a relationship, but it's not really secure. And this person was also kind of like conflicted between they want to be the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So Knight of Pentacles in a preposition talks about an unwavering devotion and loyalty that we have towards somebody. So they were thinking about doing that. They were thinking of kind of like quite letting you go, but also at the same time they needed you. So they're kind of like quite confused as well. You, beautiful, you have the Fool card there. Every time you see this person is in trouble, every time you see this person in a dire need of help, whether for like real help or just like an emotional help, you're always there to fix things for them. But also at the same time, you have the Moon card in here. So you don't really know, what are their intentions? What are their agendas? What is the truth? What is the lie? You cannot really pinpoint what is going on exactly with this person. So this person was kind of like giving you like a little bit of a mixed message, because them too, well, they need you, but also at the same time, like they it's just weird. You know what I mean? In the now though, this person is the King of Swords and also the Five of Wands in reverse. So this person is not very articulate when it comes to communicating their emotions, because the King of Swords, especially in this particular deck of mine, is better at writing down the list of mistakes or writing down the sins or the disappointment that they have felt towards you, rather than communicating about it. You know what I mean? Rather than communicating about it. And if you ever come forward to them, and this is why I said be careful with your energy, especially with the Nine of Swords in reverse in here. I mean, if you still want to keep this relationship going, because this person also wrote some things, like it could be a literal book or a mental book. You know what I mean? Like they really wrote it down instead of their brain. When you did this to them, how they feel, like they're not so articulate, they're not so fluent when it comes to talking about matters of emotions, which makes kind of like things a little bit worse. So yeah, so just be careful when you come to them, especially with this Knight of Swords in reverse, because they have a rebuttal that I don't feel like you would, like it will come out of nowhere. I was like, oh my God, seriously? You hold grudges way more than me? You remember that thing where I actually forgot about that? So they're going to be, so if you come to them with the Knight of Swords in reverse attitude, when you kind of like confrontational with them or combative with them, they have a rebuttal, and the rebuttal that they're going to say is that they're going to bring up the past. So yeah. But what they want exactly is the Five of Wands in reverse. So they don't want to really fight with you. But I mean, I feel like you guys are on a journey right here, This relationship is teaching them how to articulate their emotions more, to not be somebody who is, the King of Swords, who holds like a lot of things. Is my mic on? Hello? Oh, it's on, sorry. Because I just did a reading earlier where the mic was not on, so it was just a video, which was weird. But anyway, this person really want to be cool with you, really want to have something with you, because they're the Nine of Cups in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, so they need you. It's like when you guys are not fine together, or when you guys are not having communications or no contact, or when things are not fine, it's just that it made them stress out so much, up to the point that they became sluggish at work. They became sluggish at everything that they're doing with their life. It's because of that. But also at the same time, they have problem of articulating it. So this is the problem with people who bottle up their feelings a lot. When it explodes, it just explodes bombastically. So yeah. You guys right now are much more of the High Priestess. So you try to no longer be black and white, too much in love or too much in hate. You just want to be neutral. You just want to be Switzerland, with that person, a part of you still optimistically believing that this relationship could probably work someday. You might be wishing upon a star or doing like a little bit of a rituals of manifestations that you're trying to do with them, but also at the same time, you're like the Princess of Pentacles. So one person, one of you is actually preparing either a letter or just like an offer or proposal to get things better. One of you, because it's overall energy, you know what I mean? It's in the center, so it could play out both ways. So it could be them, it could be you. You might be more poetic these days. They might want to be sending out some cryptic message, especially when the planetary alignment just makes them feel very, very, in Indonesia we call it galau, you know what I mean? Make very sentimental or sensitive or emotional. Like they'd be posting something and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of weird, the energy. I'm not kidding. You know what I mean? But everything is going to work out beautifully in the future, you know? Ini apa kasih mereka dulu? Cancer yang ini nih. So, in the future card, if you guys are in a period of no contact, yeah, there is no communication whatsoever. I mean, they still have faith in this relationship. They still have the Ace of Pentacles. But I feel like, although this is like the Wheel of the Year, so it's something that is meant to be, like it's kind of written in the stars, and the star just kind of like lead you guys back together again and again and again and again. So if it's not them, it's gonna be you who do things for them first, but 60% is you, because they are much more passive here. The Knight of Pentacles and also the Seven of Pentacles, they feel like they have invested something in you, and they feel like the ball is in your court. So yeah. And if you guys refuse to actually, do something to them or contact them or whatever, like you have a Wheel of the Year. So the star is going to kind of like force you to do that. So it could be you left something in their house and you really need that thing. Or it could be you were walking down the grocery store and there they are. It could be you guys are working together in an office scene and then suddenly your boss making them work with you. It's just something like that. So even if you refuse to do that, it's just going to happen on its own. But if you want to make it faster, like you're going to be the one, because they're pretty passive. You know what I mean? And I feel like in the future, everything is going to go kind of well here, because they still have faith in this relationship, but they just have problems when it comes to articulating everything. And King of Swords, can get quite petty. Like, if you know that emotions, when it's so bottled up and you cannot get it out, and you just wish to be able to get it out, and you just would do something like provoke a jealousy out of somebody, or doing something that that person doesn't like, so that that person is going to confront you, and then bam, word vomit, something like that. So yeah, but they still have, and I feel like you guys are going to be okay again, but you feel like this person is either high maintenance, or you feel like this person is expecting too much, because they have the Seven of Chalices in here. It's almost like the similar descriptions of the Princess of Chalices, especially in this particular deck of mine. When you're highly idolizing somebody, you create this fantasy inside of your head about what type of person that person is and what type of future that we have together. And you kind of like feel like they're quite high maintenance with their expectations, but you wouldn't mind, because you have the Ten of Wands. As long as you guys do it together, you wouldn't mind. And it's just working beautifully. I mean, in the future, you guys have this Three of Pentacles right over here. The one thing that I need to stress is the World card in reverse. So you have an argument that has not been solved 100%, and it's because this person is much more of the King of Swords. So you, Cancer, are the signs that I feel like would make a really, really great consultant or an advisor, because you can actually get people to talk on an emotional basis. So if you truly want this relationship to work, you need to kind of like consult them, mediate them, and say, what is the problem? Like, you have to be more open about how you feel about me, and you need to communicate every time you feel disappointment with me, rather than keeping things up to yourself, rather than writing or remembering the mistakes of the past and blow up in, you know, all of a sudden. It's not healthy for the relationship. So yeah, because it's still there, the underlying issues, but it could actually be worked on. Okay. So that is if you're only dealing with one person. So if you're dealing with one person, you're eating ants now. And if you're dealing with two people, so if you're only dealing with one people, this is a very, very straight cut scenario. I love this reading so much, actually. I wish all suns are like this. So, person A. No, actually, person B first. Person B was somebody who let you go, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse there. So they let you go. They let go the unwavering devotions and loyalty to you guys. They fell for you. And then you guys are like the Moon card. So you felt like, was I the only person who was in love? What were their intentions all along? You felt kind of like quite stranded. And then came person A. Person A is a bit codependent. It's either one, they're kind of like codependent by nature inside of them, or two, they're not doing really great financially. But you guys, I mean, Cancers are able to love people unconditionally, right? So you're the Fool card. So you thought that, you know what, I wanted to isolate myself. I don't trust and love no more and stuff like that. Like, you were putting walls. But when this person comes, especially when this person comes with their flaws, you guys were able to love them unconditionally here with the Fool card. So you took that giant leap of faith toward person A. For some reason, person A right now is the King of Swords. So because of that codependent attitude, and I notice this a lot, you know what I mean, with people who are anxious type in attachment relationship or codependent, they have problem articulating their emotions. So, and I would also, and for some of you, you might be dealing with somebody who are new to relationship sense, so they're not really have like a hefty tons of experiences when it comes to a relationship. This is something new for them. So they are kind of like quite, it's like a moon in 12th house, you know, or Mercury in 12th house. It's like somebody who just, every time they want to say something, it's something stuck in their throat. It's like so painful to say it, something like that. And with this person, with person B, you guys are like the High Priestess. So you're like observing them quite far from afar. You have the Princess of Pentacles. Something about person A just kind of like make you wanting to manifest them again into your life. They're much more Five of Wands in reverse right now, person B. Yeah, person B was somebody who let you go, okay? Person B was somebody who let you go, but something about this planetary alignment just kind of like made you wanting to, you know, kind of like think about them often. And this person right now is not as they were in the past. You know what I mean? Like, when they let you go, they were very masculine. They're like, I don't need you. I was like, you know, they're very stubborn. They're very masculine. But in and now, they're less of that. I feel like it has died down because anger actually operates in a higher frequency. So it's easier to forget people when you're really angry and you hate them, rather than, you know, when you became depressed, it gets slower. So, yeah, so that was person B. So person A in the future, I feel like you're going to have a wonderful relationship with person A. You're going to have a wonderful relationship with person A, although sometimes you still feel burdened by your relationship or your previous relationship or the thought of person B. But I feel like with person A, everything is going to go beautifully, but it's going to start from scratch because you're the Ace of Chalices, they're the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I want to clarify something here. Seven of Chalices. This is no problem. Okay, so one thing that I need to let you know, Cancer, is that with person B, somebody who let you go way back in the past, it's not going to be healthy if you operate in the same community as them or anything. Like, everything about them you really have to cut completely, like their story, or their Instagram or whatever kind of like cut completely, because yeah, I mean, it's just going to make you kind of like feel burdened. I don't know, for some reasons you just feel them. Seven of chalices, so they're living their dreams and they're probably going to be in a relationship with somebody and would want to put this relationship thing to rest with you, but you still kind of like feel burdened by a 10 of wands. So do a little bit of meditations where you cut the cord, or kind of like really discipline yourself to stop thinking about this person or stop finding out what is going on with them, because it's still, that energy is still in you. You know what I mean? Okay? So I think it's so long. I've been doing long readings lately. I don't know why. But anyway, it's so long. And I think that's it for my reading for you guys for your July. And I'll see you guys next week for your bi-weekly reading, okay? Bye-bye, Cancer. Happy birthday. Bye. Love you.